Jared, it felt like Cale's goal just snapped you guys out of it.
Yeah, for sure. It helped. That's a huge goal, especially because it was, we were killing the penalty and I didn't love our penalty kill tonight. Like, we got caught in between a lot. They scored, they had some good looks, and then they scored on the rush attack. We were getting beat to the back door of the net in the first period. Not just penalty kill, but 5-on-5 as well. They like to attack the net hard. But that one kind of jump-started a really good second period for us. Yeah, I thought our second period was outstanding. I mean, we were relentless with our pursuit of the puck, creating turnovers, creating scoring chances. Then it was a pretty even third, but got to give Gorgie credit for first period. I mean, he keeps us in the game at down one, and we made a handful of mistakes after that, but our game started to come around, and a lot like the Winnipeg game for us, except tonight we were able to capitalize on our chances.
Those are all important, but early in the season, a win like this that's so dominant, what does that do for the room and the guys at this point of view?
Well, it should help the confidence, not just this one, but like the last three we played. Like, we really liked our Seattle game. We really liked the Winnipeg game. Like their game tonight. I think like there's windows in the game that we're not happy with. Keep working at trying to correct that and get a full 60 in. But the intensity of our game and just the overall engagement physically, emotionally, I think has gone up over the last little bit. And we're starting to find a little bit of a recipe for exactly what it's going to take for us to win with our current lineup, and guys are playing hard. It's part of the reason why we're not practicing that much, because as again tonight, I haven't seen the minutes, but I'm sure there's some guys that played a lot.
Coach, did it feel like that was a game where you guys were doing a lot of good things, and in the second period you started getting rewarded? What did you see as the difference between the last 40 minutes versus?
No, we were not doing a bunch of good things in the first period. And lots of it stemmed from up ice again, like the forecheck part of it. Like our F3 got cut. Like, they're a team that likes to go in and out of the zone as quickly as they can. So you lay them behind it. You have to go force their D to get them to move it quickly. Otherwise, they'll just hang on to it and come out with control. So we did that, but we had some our F3 wasn't in the right spot in the first period, so he was caught deep, and then our D started pinching on plays where they shouldn't have pinched on, and they put numbers into the rush, and it gave us trouble. And so they were coming at us with speed the whole first period, and then we took penalties, which made it worse. So we cured that in the second period, simple F3 positioning, managing his depth, and D made better reads on it. And we were on our toes in the second period. Like, we were creating turnovers and playing on their half. We started turning the puck back on them like they were on us in the first period. So there's definitely a shift there, and sometimes it's just one or two things that you can do well to slow them down. And but I also think the competitive spirit showed up a lot better in the second period than it did in the first.
Georgiev's save percentage obviously isn't going to look as shiny as it did against Winnipeg, but you mentioned his start. Just given the way that games have gone this season and the early goals you guys have given up, how big was that first save? He had to make that side-to-side play,
It's
the
huge.
backdoor play.
Well, not just that one. There was a bunch in the first period. I'll look at them, see if we got some missed the net, and we got some sticks on some. Maybe some weren't as dangerous as what I thought they were, but they were playing to the net hard in the first period, and we didn't do a very good job of picking guys up, and they caught the one in the power play in the second. I think it was an errant pass that hit his skate, so it kind of surprised a few of our guys, and they went backdoor on it again. But he got over for a couple side-to-side saves tonight that were huge, and I felt like that game could have got away from us in the first 10 minutes, and it didn't, and that was because of Gorgie. And then it just gave our team a chance to come around, and that's what we need from our goaltending.
Cale Makar's goal, again, helped jumpstart a lot. Was there a message that you feel kind of got the guys going before you guys hit the ice for the second?
Nope. I just think we go in after every period, but there's no, I basically told them what I just told you, what my thoughts were in the first period, and they corrected it. But we felt like we could, get on our toes a little bit more. We were letting them come at us in the first period, and we had to sort of change that and get a little stiffer in our game and a little bit more grit to our game, I think, in checking the puck back and forcing them into some tough spots, and they did that.
You have that goal from Cale, and then Nate's goal isn't so bad either. How nice is it to have those two guys?
Well, I thought Nate, that whole line, the second period, when we caught a little momentum, I kept rolling them out there. If we had any sustained ozone time, they were going back out. I just told them to manage their shift length, and we were just trying to ride that momentum. And I thought the most impressive goal tonight was the one Nate fought off the guy in the neutral zone. Like that guy was strong on his stick, and so was Nate, and it was sort of paused for a second. The puck trickled out on the offensive side of it, and then he, to be able to not lose too much momentum or explode out of that one-on-one, and then to look off the D a little bit, and it was a great shot, obviously, but that was an impressive goal, and you could just see that those guys were feeling it. So as a coach, it's without trying to kill those guys, you have to be able to recognize a little bit, like when you catch a little momentum and you can keep putting them out there and they're feeling it and they want to go, because they can make a big difference in a short amount of time.
The back end as a whole had their hands in the offense that was created tonight, and that's been a formula of success for this team.
Yeah.
How has that maybe evolved throughout the course of this year?
Yeah, well, we're still working on getting there. There's some analytics and some numbers that we like that are positive, similar to what they were in the past, but I just have felt, and it was a message this morning, that we could get more involved. There's instances where I think we can be part of it, and if it isn't developing the way we want the rush to develop, then we can peel out of it. And I talk all the time about making a decision at every line, our blue line, the red line, the offensive line, and I feel like we've been giving up on some rush attacks where some things are developing too early. So we want them involved. They've always been part of the offensive scheme, running a 5-man offense in ozone play, but coming out of our zone, we need them to be active and we need them to be part of it, and in the rush the same way. And tonight they did a nice job, especially in the second and third.
Couple more.
Sam Walensky got his first goal of the season tonight. What did you think of his play?
I thought he was great. Yeah. That was a heck of a play, too. He pushes it up the ice and follows it up. And in Winnipeg, he was really good, too. He was a guy that helped turn the momentum around, I thought, for us in Winnipeg, staying up on his coverage in the neutral zone and knocking pucks down and transitioning us. It was the strength of his game there, and I thought he did a nice job of it again tonight, and that goal is a prime example.
We saw their lines kind of change around a little bit. Is there anything you do to adjust your game to kind of accommodate to that shifting on the other end of the ice?
Just depends on how we're playing. I'm not a hard match coach because, I like when our team finds a rhythm, and so instead of worrying about how, if we're having troubles with a matchup that someone's getting chewed up and we got to make changes, we'll do it. But tonight, I felt like our whole team needed to go better in the second period, and we did. So just because they're mixing some things up, certainly we tried to have Nate's line out against either Aho when he was separate from Neckash or vice versa, but I wasn't stuck to it because when, if they ice it or we have a good ozone shift and I want to get our guys back out, our top guys, and then I'll put them out because we need the offense. And then someone else has to do the job. So we've got, some loose matchups that we follow, but I try not to worry too much about what they're doing and concentrate more on our team.
Thank you.
Thanks,
Thank you.
Thanks.